Hi everyone and welcome back to the WARNO Monthly Tournament from SD League for April. Today we are with Tanner and Leonidas for a couple of games. Tanner is over on the right in blue playing as the 82nd Airborne, and over on the left in red we have Leonidas playing as the 39th. An early SU 2580 out there, always good for killing choppers because of its slow speed and good main cannon. Okay, it's got the missiles as well, but let's be honest, it's all about the cannon with that thing. Good spread of units for both players. Tanner being a little bit aggressive here, maybe. No, he's some units pulling off. He's kind of spreading them out a bit, but could be going to do a little push there. Some defensive units for Leonidas, though. SU-25 taking some fire there. Does get out by the looks of it, though. Oh, recon chopper not so lucky. Obviously, Tanner has forward deployment troops and has made good use of those to get out nice and far into this point with those Tortus as well. Down here, a little bit of aggression already from Leonidas using the SPG-9 defensively. Though Tanner is certainly pushing. Razvedka here taking fire from that heavy hog. Leonidas in a good position up there, though, with a few units spread about. Using one command to grab all of these points now. Looks like Tanner is doing the same, interesting enough, just the one command in. Leonidas a little bit behind, but I'm sure he will catch up soon enough. Tanner does have that little early advantage in points. Just looking to see what's coming in. Some T-62s at the top there. That's probably a good shout. What's up here? There's Fighting Team Dragon. Cause issues for the tanks perhaps, but nothing too serious. A little bit worried about the amount that Tanner's got coming in down here. They are Fighting Team NT4s. They're not the biggest squad, but they do have the AT4, so they will make short work of these vehicles. Certainly the SPG-9 poses a big threat to them. And I fear that Leonidas will need some more infantry there. Or a chopper or something to take these out. A chopper is a good option. Marco has gone down on the command. Or at least near it. There is artillery in already for Tanner as well. We've seen him use that quite a lot in recent games. He's enjoying his artillery. As has Hippie been. Maybe it's a new meta, people bringing in artillery early on. Fire team not quite getting in range to... Weirdly that they are in range to hit those vehicles. Just not in line of sight. Instant pop. This is what I mean. The AT4s are very strong. 17 pen. One fire team squad running away. Motorstroke Metis sort of caught out in the open a little bit there. Technically are a bigger squad though. Retreating to a building. Probably a good shout. Those tanks are now arriving here. Just needs to be careful about Tow 2, but close range should pretty much pose a threat to everything else. Razvedka coming in down here to get a little bit more eyes on. Lots more coming in at the top. A rocket attack chopper coming in down here. That's a really good choice because there isn't any anti-air down here yet. There is a Stinger coming in this way though, so he needs to get that chopper in quickly and start doing the damage. Finish off these squads. So once those squads are dead, Leonidas will be in a better position. Might make Tanner think twice about pushing. And one IP Abrams coming in there. What is this firing at? It's firing at the infantry at the bottom there. Another command coming in and some sappery. Good. Nice to see some reinforcements coming in to help down here. Rocket attack chopper should be very useful. He just needs eyes on more than anything. Though that Stinger is getting closer and closer. And Tanner will just wait till it arrives if he realizes the chopper's there. T80 BV at the top now. Leonidas has a good set of units here. He needs to focus down that Tow 2. And once he does, There is a Toto over here that can hit that tree line as well. This Toto is fired. Is he going to get a side shot here? Ooh. That is a very lucky T-62. That would have been an instant pop. Rocket attack chopper here. Laying down some fire. Doing some serious damage. Melting squads. Absolutely fantastic. Stinger is in though. And is returning fire. Oh, the Stinger got melted. Oh. Oh, Leonidas, that was beautiful. I don't know if that was Leonidas commanding that chopper or it just auto-switched, but he just turned around and absolutely annihilated the Stinger squad. That was beautiful. I was not expecting that. SPG-9 pushing around the back here just to cause a bit of harassment, I suspect. Another M1IP Abrams. Tanner relying on some heavy tanks here, obviously to counter the T-80s. Not too much progress being made here. Seed coming in. Though there isn't actually anything seedable, I don't think. It's all Iglas and Strellas at the moment. Artillery coming in on these buildings now. Tanner has made progress here. He does have a command that's coming in as well. It is a small tank, if you can call the Sheridan a tank, really. I mean, it's extremely light armor. It's borderline calling it a tank, I think. And there's the command in. +2 to Tanner. He's keeping his little advantage in points going. There is an Eagle in play as well. There's quite a lot of reasonably expensive aircraft in here for Tanner. It means he spent a lot on aircraft. So that means that Leonidas should have a lot more in terms of ground forces. I say should. Doesn't mean he does. .40mm grenade launcher going to absolutely tear those guys apart. T-80 has taken fire. Abrams coming up that way. Other Abrams coming up that way. This is Tanner pivoting his tanks where he needs to pivot them to. He will always do that. Sheridan on the move here. Sapri won't pose much of a threat to it. Still no AA here, but there is that F-15 knocking about at the back. So will cause issues for this chopper. I was going to say, BMP-2 beats that thing. Hands down, any day of the week. Here comes the Mi-24. What kind of rocket is it? 122mm rockets. Absolutely melting infantry squads. Look at them go. It's out again, but absolutely devastating. Engineers versus Sapri here. All long-range combat, though. Loads of Stingers coming in. Tanner is not entertained by that rocket chopper. Some Strellas in here to try and deal with all of these jets. Another Sheridan coming in. Heading for the bottom there. I mean, Leonidas is doing a good job at holding out here. It's whether he can make a push somewhere. He needs to clear this infantry, which is easier said than done. Stingers have arrived. Only 2 there. I thought there were 3. Oh! The SPG-9 killed one on the road there, look. Very nice. A-10. Rocket attack coming in for the SPG-9. Perhaps can't see it, but certainly knows where it fired from. Yeah, strafing run. Can't see it, but knows it was in that area. We'll come back for another pass, I'm sure. Razvedka just got destroyed. Not sure where, possibly at the top. And the air chopper coming in here still has some 80mm rockets. big issue is right now, Tanner still has units down here. He's still maintaining better control at the bottom of the map, even if he doesn't hold the point itself at the moment. And those stingers will eventually kill these choppers. SPG-9 engaging on that thing. Good hit. Oh, he's taken out by the missile. Not often those Shiliag missiles hit stuff, but certainly did manage it there. But heavily damaged, so when it goes into this point, oh, it's going to get repaired by the supply that's there. So it will be fully repaired by the time it gets in there. And I-24 pushing up here. Those stingers getting closer and closer. They're heading up to that hill. Another Abrams coming in. Still those two Abrams there as well. Stingers engaging on these recon choppers. A-10 rocket attack coming in, going for the Mi-24. Can return fire, but unlikely to get the kill. No, A-10 gets it, unsurprisingly. Seed being used as a distractor, as is the F-15 to some extent, I think. Although that might just come in to get one of those choppers. Tanner just seems to have a bit more control of the air, of the ground right now. I do see build-up of forces for Leonidas, but he's losing choppers left, right, and centre at the moment. Sapri here a little bit outnumbered. This chopper will help, but the A-10's coming back in for the kill. And he just doesn't have enough AA down here to stop that from happening. Got a couple of hits on the A-10, so it will be out of action for a while. Oh, Starkey working hard down here. Those stingers are in a better position now. I don't imagine we'll see more choppers coming in. I do see anti-air being brought in down here now. Basically, though, what is happening at the moment is Tanner is controlling the flow of battle. Everything that Leonidas is doing is in response to what Tanner's doing. So Tanner is controlling it. So he brings in aircraft. Leonidas is having to bring in a lot more AA and foregoing ground forces to bring in those AA. He is bringing in some artillery now at the back. That could be a good shout to counter battery. And if not counter battery, at least start hammering the middle of the map here. Or indeed this corner. These forces should be able to get in and kill this vehicle. It is smoked. Artillery coming in again down in this corner. Trying to stop those infantry reaching that command. He's just got to charge in past the artillery. Got to keep moving. Should get the kill on that. There he goes. Come on. Stunned. One of these squads has got to do it. Beautiful. There it goes. Still a slight advantage for Tanner. Tanner is on the move at the top of the map now, though. He's pushing up his Abrams. He's got a kill on some Conkers there that were caught out. Another T-80BV being called in, though. I mean, at the moment, against those M1IPs, unless you would use clusters, I guess you're just going to have a lot of tanks. A lot of T-80s would do it. Leonidas finally in much better control of this area. There is literally that engineer squad, a sniper, and a couple of stingers. He should be able to push through here. Depending on how aggressive he plays, he can get into this back point. And there's nothing coming in there for Tanner. But Tanner is currently hitting the top quite hard. That's his distraction. He's hitting the top. More M1 IPs coming in. He's now got, how many is that on the field? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those big tanks. Good. Artillery being used to clear these front buildings. Kill that TOW 2. Excellent choice. Leonidas is on the move here. Just to the edge of this point, though. I hope he's going to be aggressive and push. Because Tanner is pushing up here. All 3 of those tanks. He has taken some damage to those tanks. T-80 BVs are here. Another one on the way. He will have 3 of them. He can pose a threat. That M1 IP is badly damaged there. I think the T-62 got a shot off on it. But he has to be careful with the T-80s as well. Because there are more tanks here. So Tanner could catch him in a crossfire. Apache coming in the back there as well. Yeah, Tanner's now calling in reinforcements at the bottom. If Leonidas is going to make a move, he needs to make it now. Because once an Abrams arrives and a bunch of other stuff, then it's going to be a lot harder to push into that area. And right now he has overwhelming force to get in. Commander is being pushed up. It looks like he's intending to do it, but he needs to get a foothold. And he doesn't know it. He can't see what we can see. The beauty of hindsight and being able to see the entire map. Leonidas managing to hold up here, though, has stopped Tanner in his tracks. More artillery coming in, though. Hitting the open field where there was a tank sat. TOW 2 remains alive in this building. Or what's left of the building, anyway. TOW 2 being fired from down here at that tank. Smoke's gone down. This TOW 2 has good targeting all across that way. And this way as well. I was going to say BMP2 is not going to survive against that. Loads more reinforcements coming in now. Some for down the bottom here. There is some movement now from Leonidas at the bottom, but he's going to be arriving late. And he might change his mind once he sees that Abrams. These Abrams all clustered in a forest area with very little AA cover. Perfect for a cluster bomb. But Tanner being very effective with his artillery play. Causing lots of issues for all those infantry. Reinforcements arriving here, and the Abrams arriving as well. Plenty of fire coming in on these units. Again, just flattening these buildings with the artillery is a really good shout. Now hitting these ones back here. Well, here we go. Those 2 Abrams pushing up now, going up against that T-80. As is the Humvee with a TOW launcher. Good use of artillery there. Unfortunately hitting the wrong building. As Tanner did move his units back. I think Tanner's lost at least 1 tank, though. I think he's lost 1 of his Abrams up here. Anti-tank jet coming in, strafing the infantry. That's a good shout. Gets a shot off on the chopper as well. Unfortunately, is hit by multiple stingers as it comes across the middle of the map and is taken out. But it was doing a good job. Shame it didn't manage to get any of those Abrams. Leonidas still on the move down here. If he can get a side shot on that Abrams with the T-64, sorry, the T-62 even, then that would be very, very good. He's doing a good job with the T-62s up here as well. Certainly scaring those Abrams back into the forest there. More Humvee tows coming in. We're over the halfway point in time right now, and Tanner hasn't got a big lead. It's enough to win, but it's not a big lead. There's every chance that if Leonidas can get into this bottom point, he can take the lead before the end of the game. Abrams has taken fire from the T-62, but the T-62 is dead, but the T-80 should finish the job here. Oh, it missed. Come on. Come on, T-80. Oh, it's missing. It's not even that stressed out. Why is it missing so much? It's reversed into there, sideways onto the Abrams, which is really weird. I think that must be an automatic thing that's gone into cover. Sapri there taking fire from the grenade launcher. There we go. T-80 on the move. Come on, it's got to get a kill on that tank. Something has to kill that tank. It's on 1 pip of health. Apaches are coming down. Strella's on the way, though. T-80 keeps reversing into cover. Strela right on top of that, which isn't ideal for any rockets coming in. Good hit. Rocket attack coming in for both of those. This is what I was saying about them being on top of each other. Very lucky they survived there, but because they're on top of each other, the blast radius on the rockets did damage to both sets of units. There come the Apaches. Really, really good maneuver there from Tanner. 2 A-10s followed by the Apaches, absolutely annihilating the AA. Managed to take that out with a tow as well. That's both those Strellas down. Tank badly damaged, and reinforcements arriving into that point. It's still possible that a command could get in there. Wait. Oh dear. Somewhere between there and there, I think Leonidas' command got killed. Jeez. Well, loss of 1 A-10. But there's a lot of units being destroyed there. I mean, poor Leonidas is having a rough time of it here. He has managed to get into this point, but he's lost his command that was going to go in there. There is another one on the way. He's managed to push back a bit here. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4 fully repaired Abrams there. They are moving down the map. As I say, we do see this a lot. Tanner will pivot to where he needs to go. The one down here was killed, but he's moving down all 4 of those tanks to defend this point. There are a couple of T-80s here, though, but he needs to clear these buildings. He needs to utilize those tanks to clear these buildings as quickly as possible. Accepting he's going to take fire from the dragons. Anti-tank jet coming in here, going for the Apache. Good shout. And the next one, come on, kill them both. Oh! Eagle gets the kill. Can the Strela get the kill? Yes, it can. Both the Apaches are down. That is really good news for Leonidas. That is really good news. It was worth losing an SU-25 for that. That T-80 could do with a repair. There is some munitions coming in. Artillery coming in on those tanks, though. And that's what we've seen in this game. As soon as the tanks sit still for too long, the artillery starts pouring in. And they're taking a lot of damage. He will retreat them, hopefully, and get them repaired. That command is still coming in at the bottom there, but he now has all 4 of these Abrams to contend with. If only Leonidas was pushing the top at the same time, perhaps it would cause issues. But look at this. We're going to see a helo rush. It's not a rush at this stage of the game. We're going to see a helo charge by Tanner around the back of the map, I assume, to try and cap Delta. That's all I can think, because he's bringing a command in as well. Though the command is in a... Oh, you know what? He might land one of these choppers and exchange the command for some infantry. It does all scream that Tanner has cash to spare, that he can consider doing stuff like that at this point of the game. 13 minutes left to go. Tanner's still well out in the lead in terms of points. So is that Sappery coming around now? Leonidas is doing okay here, but he's just got those 4 tanks to contend with. He is starting to push at the top, though. Here goes Leonidas, pushing across. He's cleared that building. He needs to get rid of this Humvee tow. There again goes all that artillery firing on these infantry. A couple of T-62s coming in here. Tanner is doing his own counter push here at the top. Made good use of his artillery. He's now trying to smoke that area, in fact. Oh, some of it... I think some of it's smoke and some of it's actually artillery. And he has been counter-battery because he's moving his artillery around now. Another Apache coming in here. Tanks being moved back up to the middle. This command will go in here any second now. There are a couple of squads chasing down some Sappery here, though. Vito gets killed by the T-80, though the T-80 has taken some damage. This 2580 coming in. Possibly planning to go for that Apache, but these 2 Stingers causing problems. He's going to swing back round past those Stingers. This isn't good. Stinger's got another hit off. Will they reload in time to fire again? MI-24K being called in up there. And my concern is that that's for a couple of Stingers, so... Oh! F-15 goes down. Very nice. Tanner did not enjoy that. Immediately marks that cub. Is that what this artillery's firing at? I don't think so. I think it had been targeted before. Oh, it is. He's firing his artillery at it. Not impressed with the cub. That is the first big bit of anti-air we've seen. It is on the move. Should be safe. T-80s here engaging on this stuff. Command finally moving into the bottom here. 10 minutes left. +2 to Leonidas. There is a lot of infantry around the back here, though. The Mi-24K is a good chopper. It's recon, it's got missiles and everything, but I'm very concerned that those 2 Stingers are there, and he's bringing a chopper to deal with Stingers. 2 choppers to deal with Stingers. I mean, the Stingers surely... It'll be very unlucky if the Stingers don't win this fight. Yeah. Not a good shout, that one. Choppers to deal with Stingers. I mean, they'll kill them pretty fast if they get rockets on. But it's an expensive loss. Those choppers are 180 points a pop. Good exchange for Tanner, though. Artillery coming in on the T-80BV. And here we go. Air rifle spam. Here it comes, and as they all get shot down on top of Leonidas' units, the infantry will survive, miraculously, and be able to still engage in combat. So the idea here is that he just flies along. Choppers get destroyed. The chopper crashes. The infantry pop up. There they are. Still able to fully fight. Thankfully getting stunned down, but still able to engage. Managing to launch missiles. Get a glancing blow on the T-62 there. Yeah. Choppers are becoming more of an issue in this game since they've made them more impervious to ground air defenses. And the fact that this can be done now again is a problem that they need to look at. I'm talking to you, Eugen. This isn't working. And the fact that infantry survive after they get blown out of a chopper doesn't work either. I'm sorry. It's not a good gameplay mechanic. And Tanner takes the back point. +2 for Tanner. Eight minutes left of the game. And there's a surrender from Leonidas. Commiserations, Leonidas. I thought you fought really well and really hard. Tanner did, in fairness, control the battle for the majority of that. Certainly was, you know, influencing what was happening and when. But yeah, something needs to be done about the choppers, and I think that goes to prove it. Eugen, you need to revisit choppers. Do something about it. It's getting a little bit silly now that people have realised you can do this again. Because choppers just do not go down quickly enough in that situation. Let's have a look at the kills and losses. A-10s were doing a good job over at the other side. The SPG-9 did a good job, look. Killed quite a few recon units. You know what? Although those two Stingers did manage to kill one of the Mi-24s, the Mi-24 did work hard there. So I'm going to give the Mi-24 MVP. And if not that, it's Iwa's the SPG-9. A-10 rockets just doing a lot of damage as well. Good game, guys. Let's hop straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Tanner and Leonidas. Tanner playing on the left in blue as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers, and over on the right in red we have Leonidas playing as the 8th Infantry, back on chemical. 2 commands in early for Leonidas to cap both those points. Just 1 command in by the looks of it for Tanner, which he will presumably be sending to the center. Okay. Not going for the top currently. Command going straight to the center here as well. Plenty of units arriving here. Some Rangers in Black Hawk, so they're there nice and early, along with some LRS. Neither player has sent anything to the bottom. Well, I say anything. I mean, okay, there's a sniper squad there. And there's some Jaeger there. And a machine gunner there. But nothing else. This is really unusual. Really unusual. Normally, both players send a small force of infantry to go for the forest, but that just hasn't happened. Lots of markers going down from Tanner, marking enemy spotted. No artillery in for him as yet, as far as I can see. Marder going all the way around the top here to cover that back area. Cobra in there. Almost got an early kill on a machine gunner. Chopper taken down at the back there by the Stinger. Command in at the bottom here for Tanner. Oh, stuff being destroyed on that road there. What was it? Oh, just a little transport vehicle, though he needs to be careful of those cannon Jagdpanzers. Counter command in there now. Leonidas back to +2 as he does control the back point. Tanner does not. think Tanner's feeling confident that he doesn't need to bring one in at the moment. Infantry being called in down there for Leonidas now. Some ongoing skirmishing here. Oh, Marder fire support going on the fire team. Not ideal. Shame those cannon Jagdpanzers aren't down here. Oh, that is a lot of fire. The Gepard's getting involved as well. Here come the cannon Jagdpanzers now. Look at the amount of fire coming out of there. Pew, pew, pew. Certainly Leonidas with a reasonable control up here, but issues down at the bottom. Leo 1A1A1 certainly causes issues for these cannon Jagdpanzers. Cannon Jagdpanzer does get a kill on a Marder though. Here comes some artillery. Being towed in there. Again, pretty early artillery for Tanner. He seems to have started to favour it a lot. Very clustered down here. Nice carpet bombing would do a lot of damage to this area. Look at all of these vehicles and things all piled in here. Again, just it's really weird to see such a small number of units at the bottom of the map. And 1A1 coming in there. Here comes the artillery hitting these buildings. And again, really good harassment from Tanner throughout these games with this artillery. An attack chop around the back to kill them wouldn't go amiss, I imagine. But it's all going down in this industrial area. In terms of anti-air, it's all Fliegerforce right now. And other than the Gepard... it's so difficult to tell, but I feel like Tanner has maybe a slightly superior force here. That Marder, where's that going at the top there? Cobra's coming in to deal with it, I think. Artillery coming on this building. Now you see, you know, you've got 3 squads of infantry in one building. It's just perfect for Tanner to hit it with that artillery. And he's moving his artillery around. He's not just leaving it sitting still. So if you're going to kill it, you need to either get infantry behind or choppers. There's an Eyehawk in now for Tanner as well. Just spotted that at the back, so he does have some decent AA. But yeah, Leonidas having to retreat because of that artillery. Jaeger pushing around the back here, going all the way to the back of the map. I assume an attempt to kill anything that's going to come in from the reinforcement road. Tanner obviously does have the command in at the top. Leonidas does have that early advantage in points. He's now getting some repairs down here as well. Cobra should be able to deal with that thing up there pretty easily. Getting a little bit stalemated right now, but here's the artillery firing again. Again, just emptying the building. Empty, empty, empty. It must be driving Leonidas absolutely bonkers. Because obviously there's no answer to this other than killing that artillery. Or doing exactly the same thing to Tanner. So no one can move forward. Cobra has done its job. Small force down here for Leonidas. Another recon unit coming in here for Tanner. Most forces again still just going to the center. I do notice another command coming in here. I think it's just a spare in case he loses one. I thought he might try to get around the back. Maybe has had second thoughts since the Marder got destroyed. Leonidas trying to edge forward here, but immediately coming under quite a lot of fire from that machine gun. He's hopped back into the building. It's almost certain that within a few seconds, I'm waiting for the aim order to go in on those artillery. Oh, Abrams takes a nasty hit. May take another one as well. And another one to the front armor. It's not smoking. Abrams dead. Ouch. That is not good. Here indeed goes that artillery straight in on top of those buildings. Marker has gone down on those artillery. MLRS is a really good shout here. Huge potential to do a lot of damage. I don't know what he's planning to fire it at, though. If he's going to fire it, I would honestly hit this area here and absolutely mince all of Tanner's stuff. I'm slightly worried he's going to fire it at the back of the map. Let's see where it's going. No, he's firing it exactly where I wanted it. Come on, Leonidas. Mince his units. He deserves a little taste of his own medicine. Sorry, Tanner. You do. I hate artillery. I want the MRLS to annihilate your forces. Yes, yes. Excellent. Very nice. See a squad dying. Very nice. Now this is one of the things, so when it comes to artillery and getting hit by artillery, you have a choice that you either retreat or you push forward. Tanner is going for the push forward. Now if there's a good defensive line from Leonidas, then all of Tanner's forces will go into it like he is here, and he's getting shot at by those tanks, which is making him then give that up and retreat. Counter fire coming in here, smoke going down so that Tanner can continue to push without those units up at the top attacking him. Very good shout. You're seeing more smoke being used recently in the tournament game, considering it was used very, very early on in the release of Early Access, and then kind of went quiet for a long time. That's busy reloading at the moment. Loads of tanks pushing around the back here. That Chaparral is in serious trouble. The Eyehawk is in serious trouble. I don't think Leonidas has seen these units pushing around. Artillery prepping to fire. Going for those tanks now. There's a lot of units here for Leonidas now. He's got quite a few Kalinyagpans, plenty of infantry. He hasn't moved his command up. I mean, the thing is here, I suppose Leonidas hasn't tested the water and actually pushed Delta. if he had, he would have found that there's absolutely nothing in Delta. And this is sort of the thing as to how aggressive you're playing and whether you want to push or not. I think here, for Leonidas' benefit, if he pushed a bit earlier, he probably could have been in there, and it really would have thrown off what Tanner was doing in the middle of the map. I imagine he's eventually... I mean, he could move those Jaeger down here now. Leonidas is on the move now. Artillery coming in again. Very nice, catching those Leos off guard. Marker's gone down here by Leonidas as well. He has seen those tanks down there. I mean, the Abrams should absolutely mince them. I mean, the M60 is not going to fare too well, but the Abrams should win that fight. Cluster bomber coming in there. Good drop. Doesn't get any kills, unfortunately. Or did it get a kill? I'm not sure it did. Tanks at the front there dead. Gepard should also die, though the Abrams has taken a lot of fire. Fantastic. Jaeger Commander coming in there for Leonidas. Come on, Leonidas. Get in that point. Get in that point. There's a lot of Jaeger coming in there. Ihawk was saved at the back there. Chaparral did go down, unfortunately. Those being pulled back to repair and rearm. Again, constant artillery bombardment from Tanner. Tanner is a very experienced player, obviously. Leonidas is a bit newer to the tournament as far as I'm aware, unless he's changed his name. But he's doing a really good job in these two games. I mean, he's certainly holding Tanner back, which is a difficult thing to do. Constant artillery harassment. Smoke going down there now. Yeah, he's charging his Jaeger in. Charging his Jaeger in under the smoke cover. This will be a problem. There's a lot of them. That command is so close to being in that point. And so far has been the destruction of one of Tanner's vehicles there. So he surely knows. He's putting everything into the middle still. I thought he might try and push here if he saw something get destroyed. I mean, he's going to know exactly where that commander is, putting it in the corner there. So I imagine we're going to see that artillery switch to firing on this corner very quickly. There it goes. Counter cap. +2 to Leonidas. He's still out in the lead in points. Will be +4 in a second because technically he will take the entire point. Immediate response. Recon choppers to find that command. Currently, 2 of these are out of ammunition. Third one is now looking to be out of ammunition as well. 6 shots left. Some stingers coming in there. Currently +4 to Leonidas, but he's getting absolutely smashed in the middle. Oh, Leonidas, commiserations. Leonidas surrenders. Such a shame. I think he was doing a really good job holding there, but Tanner, just with that constant artillery harassment, must have been driving you bonkers, Leonidas. I just feel for you so much because I hate that myself. Yeah, look at the kills on that thing. MLRS got quite a few kills as well, though. I mean, MVP in that game, it's challenging. It was a short game. I'm not giving it to an artillery piece. I refuse. I just refuse. I'd rather give it to the Marder Milan that got a couple of kills. But good games, guys. Very well fought, Leonidas. You were against a very experienced and difficult opponent in any situation. Well played, as always, Tanner. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more Warno.